What's going on, guys? USMNT forward here, and USA versus El Salvador is just 2 days away from now in Columbus. The Americans are favorites at minus 440, and we are currently 4-3-1 in World Cup qualifying, and El Salvador is 1-3-4. In our last 5 matches against El Salvador, we have won 4 times and drew once. So in today's video, we're going to be previewing the game, look at some lineups that Greg might put out for us, and we'll also be taking a look at the El Salvadorian team and how they might match up against us on a chilly night in Columbus, Ohio. So let's get right into the video, guys. So first, some team news we got to go over. Just released this morning on Tuesday, Zach Steffen is experiencing back tightness over the weekend, and he has not traveled to the team with Columbus. Now that doesn't mean he won't be able to play, as the U.S. Soccer Twitter account listed his status as day-to-day. If unavailable, we still should be in safe hands through Matt Tenner, who has played more than half of the USMNT's World Cup qualifying matches, although it would be a big blow to not have Steffen on the bench. The team has been training at the Columbus Crew's training facility for the past few days as players from all over the world arrived. Yesterday, the Twitter account posted a training session ongoing in very snowy conditions. In the press conferences, players were asked what they thought about the conditions. Most of the guys definitely seemed up for the challenge, and Anthony Robinson, USMNT left back, said he was used to it, as when he grew up in England, he used to play dads versus sons games near Christmas in snowy conditions, just like we will be on Thursday. The forecast for the game on Thursday should be around 30 degrees with light wind, which should be relatively mild compared to the other two qualifiers in Hamilton and St. Paul, where the weather in Hamilton is expected to be 20 degrees with a high wind chill and 19 degrees in St. Paul with possible light snow. Although unlikely, it will be possible for us to auto-qualify for the World Cup this window. In order for that to happen, we would need to win all 3 matches this window, and either Panama or Mexico lose all 3 games, or 3, all of Jamaica, Costa Rica, and El Salvador are held below 15 points, which basically means they don't win at least 2 games each in this cycle of qualifiers. Also, currently, there are several USMNT players involved with transfer rumors, one of them being DeAndre Yedlin and Brendan Aronson. In a press conference, Brendan Aronson was asked about his possible transfer to Leeds United, and he basically just declined to comment and handled the interview quite well. And as far as DeAndre Yedlin, he was actually stuck in Turkey until today, and he is traveling to meet up with the squad on Tuesday in Columbus. He is linked with a move to Inter Miami of MLS and also Hull City of the English Championship. Also in the press conferences, Greg was asked about Weston McKennie and the inclusion of Luca De La Torre. When asked about McKennie, Greg said that he's in the form of his life, quite possibly. And regarding the question to Luca De La Torre, he really didn't say much, which is quite surprising. A lot of USMNT fans kind of thought he was basically outcasted by Greg Berhalter. So it was interesting that he kind of declined to comment on the inclusion of how De La Torre played into the squad. Many people think he's only there because of the COVID scare with Gianluca Busio of Venezia in Italy. Going into how I think we'll line up on Thursday, I think Greg will stick with his traditional 4-3-3 formation. Also, one interesting note about this qualifying window is that there is minimal travel involved for the players. This could possibly mean less lineup rotation due to decreased air travel, but we'll just have to basically see what Greg says in the pre-match press conference ahead of the game tomorrow and the game against Canada in Hamilton, Ontario. Also, Tyler Adams is currently carrying a yellow card, so next time he receives a yellow card, he's going to be suspended for the following match. So there is some predictions going around that in the El Salvador game, Tyler Adams could be rested. Also in question is Timothy Weah's fitness, as he just recovered from a muscular injury, but he has appeared for his club Lille right before the window, so he should be good to go for at least 60 minutes on Thursday. What I honestly think Greg will do for this window is start his strongest squad in the first game to set the tone and guarantee those 3 points, And then at the second game at Canada will be a more rotated squad in those harsh conditions. And for our game in St. Paul versus Honduras, we will go back to that strong A-team lineup. Now, this is just my opinion. I could be wrong, and I don't necessarily think this is what we should be doing. I just think it's what Greg's mind is thinking going into these 3 qualifying games. So, with that being said, here's how I think we're going to line up versus El Salvador on Thursday. Matt Turner will most likely start in goal, with our outside backs being Anthony Robinson and Serginho Dest, and our 2 center back pairing will be Miles Robinson and Walker Zimmerman. At the 6, Tyler Adams will get the start, and Yunus Musa and Weston McKennie will start at the 8. Pulisic will be on the left wing, and Brendan Aronson on the right wing, and our starting striker will be Ricardo Pepi, I believe. Although Giassi Zardes I could see starting this game, and honestly, I think Zardes will get maybe at least like 20 or 30 minutes in this game versus El Salvador, depending on how the scoreline is. El Salvador is a team that likes to sit back. They normally play a 5-4-1 formation. Last time we played them in September, they sat back deep and it worked out well for them. They escaped with a 0-0 draw, mostly relying on counterattack play and long ball and just really packing it in the back. So that's something we got to watch out for. We really need to figure out how to break them down early and put one in, because once we put a goal in early on, the floodgates will just open because they will be fighting for their World Cup lives. So they really have to go for the win, and we just got to exploit that the best we can. Their squad is mainly consisted of domestic players playing in the El Salvadorian League. There's 2 featured in MLS, 4 in the second tier USL, and 1 in each of Costa Rica, Guatemala, Thailand, and the Netherlands. One player to watch out for them is the brother of Christian Roldan, Alex Roldan, who represents El Salvador, as well as Houston Dynamo midfielder Darwin Seren, who has 81 caps and is the most experienced player on their roster. Overall, what to watch for in this game is to see if we can break their low block and score early. We've struggled against teams who defend in a low block like that, as we've seen at Honduras in the first half, and as well as away against Panama in our 1-0 loss. If we can figure that out early, then we should be well on our way to 3 points this match. Overall, things I also want to see are just really good team chemistry. If we can keep possession, and I don't mean meaningless possession, I really want us to look fluid in the attack. Sometimes we have not seen that at all until really the last window in November against Mexico. Other than that, we really have looked weak at times in attack, in the sense that our team just hasn't been on the same page. There was a bit of a disconnect between the forwards and the midfield, and that's something to look out for against a weaker side against El Salvador. So guys, with that being said, that's basically all we have to go over for El Salvador. I'll be making another one of these videos for the Canada game and as well as the Honduras game, obviously. I want to know what you guys think. Let me know down below your score predictions, what you want to look out for, and what lineup you think Greg will put out against El Salvador. Correct score prediction winner will get a shout out in the next video. So put your comments down below, guys, and as always, remember to like and subscribe for more content. Only about 48 hours away from game time, so let's go out there and play good football and just get those 3 points against this El Salvador side. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Let's go out there and get a W.